Greetings everyone, welcome to video number 8 in the project management series presented by Process Geekoid. Today's agenda, we will be going over and revisiting the process overview from the PMBOK table and the fifth process, which is the perform integrated change control process. This process occurs at the intersection of the integration knowledge area and controlling process group. As always, please subscribe, like, and comment. So let's move forward. During the execution of the project work and monitoring controlling project work, change requests are often risen by the project manager on behalf of the project team. These change requests need to be controlled to prevent scope creep, gold plating, which is basically a fancy way of saying external customers are driving changes that are not needed for the project. For instance, a software developer might add features to a software product that is not needed. So that is an example of gold plating. These are often internally driven, where scope creep is often externally driven by an external customer that wants to add features. And other things that we want to control is exceeding the budget or falling behind schedule. So change requests are scrutinized very thoroughly to prevent from all of these issues from rising during the project. So that's the whole point of perform integrated change control, is to review all change requests to see if it's needed and approve or reject them to the deliverables and organizational process assets, documents, and project management plan, and communicate their disposition. Basically, what is the outcome of this change request, what the approval means, what the rejection means, and so forth. So as we see here, the key point is, as project managers, we work with the change control board to get changes approved for project success, but some changes are rejected for success as well. So just because it got rejected does not mean it's bad. It could be for the project success. That's why it is being reviewed thoroughly by the Change Control Board or Change Approval Board, or CAB. So the key benefit of the process is that it allows for documented changes within the project to be considered in an integrated fashion while reducing project risk, which often arises from changes made without consideration to the overall project objectives or plans. So the ITTOs here are, for the inputs, we have project management plan, which is coming from the develop project management plan process. This consists of the scope management plan, the scope baseline, which consists of scope statement, WBS or work breakdown structure, and WBS dictionary, which gives more clarity to the WBS. Also for inputs, we have work performance reports. This comes from monitor and control project work process, which provides information on how the project is progressing, whether it's going on schedule, ahead of schedule, behind schedule, is the budget being burned as needed, or are we bleeding too much, etc. Then we have change requests as an input, which come from 9 out of 11 controlling processes, specifically from validate scope, control schedule, control cost, control quality, control communication, control risk, control procurement, and control stakeholder engagement. The other input is EEFs and OPAs. As we know, EEFs are factors that are not in the control of the project team that influence, constrain, or direct a project, such as company culture, government regulations and laws, etc. OPAs, or organizational process assets, are standard organizational policies and procedures for managing changes, such as change control procedures, configuration management knowledge database, and process management database, to see how effective change management is. For tools, we have expert judgment, which can come from the form of existing processes, technical details from previous projects, internal historical records of how to manage changes, and industry standards for change management. Also, we have meetings with agendas and meeting minutes to keep all change control board and stakeholders in the loop. And last but not least, we have change control tools, which are automated processes to submit changes, such as putting a shared link on a website or email that opens to an MS Word document or online document that can be edited and filled out by change requests and hit submit button by the change control board members or other stakeholders, which is emailed to them in response to keep track of it. The key purpose of this tool is to increase communication, visibility of change request status, and for all stakeholders to keep them well informed. The outputs are approved change requests, change log, project management plan updates, and project document updates. So approved change requests are where the change control board or change approval board or CAB will only approve or reject a change request through meetings only if change requests are deemed necessary, and will approve them if necessary and reject them as needed. And these change requests are often sent up by the PM on behalf of his or her team. The change log then is used to document approved and reject change requests that occur during the project. Only approved change requests are implemented in the direct and managed project work process. Project management plan updates are changes to the baselines only show the changes from the current time forward, and past performance data may not be changed because we want to keep it as current as possible. So these updates will be reflected in the project management plan. That's only if the approved changes make their way through, and if the change requests are approved in the first place. Also, project documents are being updated to schedule cost forecasts, work performance reports, and issue log. So those are the outputs. So the key benefit of this process is that it allows for documented changes within the project to be considered in an integrated fashion while reducing project risk, which often arises from changes made without consideration to the overall project objectives or plans. And this is just a slide to give you an overview of what the tools and techniques are, and we've already covered these. Just take a view of this slide and it will give you more clarity. And here, this is an overview again of the perform integrated change control process, and elaborate that the process of reviewing of all change requests, approving change requests, and managing change requests to deliverables and organizational process assets, documents, and project management plan, and communicating the status of those changes to all stakeholders in a timely fashion. Keep in mind that we also have change requests that are rejected, which go into a change log here, and the approved change requests are implemented during direct and managed project work process. So the whole point of this, again, is to make sure that the changes being made are made for the betterment of the project, and to make sure that we don't incur scope creep or burning the budget too much, and making sure that the project is being done on time and not falling behind schedule. That is the whole essence of this process. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you.